Taal, Batangas is one of the best preserved Spanish colonial towns in the country. Scattered around town are dozens of ancestral homes, old school buildings, and other heritage structures, making it a heritage town well worth the visit. At the heart of Taal is the Taal Basilica. Consecrated to Saint Martin of Tours, the first church was built in 1574 in what is now San Nicolas. In 1754, this church was destroyed by a violent eruption of the Taal volcano. The church was then transferred to its present location in 1755, but was again destroyed, this time by an earthquake. The current structure was built in 1856. Considered the biggest church not just in the Philippines, but the rest of Asia, it stands 96 meters long and 45 meters wide. And the tabernacle is made of silver, the only one of its kind in the Philippines. The church was declared a Basilica Minore in 1954.
I like people to go to Taal because when I say that I'm from Taal, they think that I live in the volcano. They don't know that the volcano or the Taal Lake is named after Taal because Taal is the #1 establishment of the Spaniards in Batangas. It was founded in 1572, which is just 1 year after Manila. You can still see a lot of old houses here, like in Bigan, but the difference is this is 1.5 hours away from Makati. So it's very accessible, it's a day trip.
Though a number of old houses in Taal have fallen into disrepair, a few have been spruced up and opened to the public, not just to generate income for the town, but to remind people of Taal's heydays as home to the Ilustrado set. Villa Tortuga, rented and preserved by designer Lito Perez, has board and lodging amenities at the second floor, as well as a heritage restaurant where servers are dressed in period costumes, serving traditional Taal delicacies, some with added twists, like the malunggay sotanghon soup, tapang Taal, adobong dilaw, pininyahang baboy, and tomatoes stuffed with sinaing na tulingan. Lito, what is Villa Tortuga?
Well, actually, Villa Tortuga is a restored 19th century house in Taal, Batangas. It's a private house which accepts visitors who would like to experience colonial life in the 19th century. This is owned actually still by Dr. Sagala and her cousins family. They got it from their Leonor Garcia ancestors. But this house is circa 1870s, which was built by the Gahol family. Originally, this was a Gahol house. Then it passed on to different relatives na napunta sa ibang side.
Parang bed and breakfast.
It is, but our main attraction of the house is actually when you come here for lunch, and then you put you in costume na Filipiniana at the turn of the century and have your photo taken.
It also offers a chance to don a turn-of-the-century outfit for a fun studio pictorial. So get ready to strike a pose. Do a lot of people like to put on a costume and have their picture taken?
Nagiging yun ang highlight ng tour. When they tour in the morning, then when they do that or lunch, some after the costume picture and the lunch, tinatamad na they wanna go home. Kumbaga for them, the highlight was finished. Tapos na. Because it's the only place where you can really do this with full ambience, with an old house as a setting.
There's the Gliceria Marela de Villavicencio house, also known as the gift house, since it was a wedding gift to her by her husband, Eulalio, in 1871. Right next to it is an older family mansion called Casa Villavicencio. As striking as the exterior of the house is, it pales in comparison to the very ornateness of its interior. From the intricate patterns of the floor tiles to the carved wooden staircase that leads to the antesala, walls richly painted with Art Nouveau designs. Copies of original portraits of Eulalio and Gliceria done by Juan Luna. Venetian mirrors, as well as 4 poster beds, bauls, altar table, and kneelers, all done in Philippine hardwood.
Nag-tour kami sa mga Cecil House. Pinapasok namin yung bahay-bahay na yun. Then, may natututunan kami kada bahay. Parang bumabalik kami sa dati na parang ganito pala yung buhay. May imagine namin na before, mahirap pala yung buhay. Hindi kagaya ngayon na ganun maganda ang buhay. Diba? Maraming mga gadget. Like before, hindi siya ganun.
There's Villa Severina, the family home of the Nobles and Atienzas, built in the 1870s and restored as a bed and breakfast, with 4 French colonial suites and an airy lounge with a tropical colonial feel. Visit here and you may catch local Taal women practicing the age-old art of burra that Taal has been known for.
Noon, when the house was first built by Severina Atienza, she used to have a burda factory here at the bottom of the house. Now, ever since I purchased this house in 2009, I turned it into a bed and breakfast called Villa Severina. So it's a old ancestral house that has been, brought into the 21st century.
There's the Galeria Taal that used to be the ancestral home of Domingo Ilanan and Maria Martinez. Restored in 2004, the Galeria Taal was opened in 2010, exhibiting the owner's collection of antique and rare cameras from the late 1800s up to the 1900s. As well as a vast collection of antiquarian Philippine photographs from the Spanish and American eras, the pre and during the Spanish invasion, the Marcos years, and the EDSA revolution. Ramon Orlina's Galleria Orlina is at the ground floor of his ancestral home, Casa Gahol. The exhibit area, which covers the whole of the ground floor, features works of Taal's young artistic hopefuls.
I also have a gallery in front which is called Galleria Orlina. We just had an exhibition 2 months ago, a very successful one.
The second floor, meanwhile, displays the Gahol family treasures and memorabilia.
This is the ancestral house of the Gahol. My mother is Paulina Gahol. She's one of the 7 siblings of Francisco Gahol, Ana Asquat. We're opening now the cafe called Francisco. Actually, Francisco is the name of my grandfather and my great-great-grandfather. I love my town, and you can see a lot of things here. We have the biggest church in the Orient. We have embroideries here. The embroidery started from here. We have so many things to offer that a lot of tourists would really like it here.
A historic past, a vibrant present. Indeed, Cavite is pleasantly surprising. A place to be